Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Sanity Lost, episode 43, where we won't have to talk about theoretical math. And if you do, I'm restarting the episode.
It could theoretically come up.
That's it. Resetting. I heard a word.
I heard a word.
Did you know the number 43 is a number?
It's also how old I am.
Why would you say that?
Dun, dun, dun!
Why would you age yourself? Don't do that.
Another number fact. His age switched is my age.
Oh, that answers a question that we had multiple times over the last month about if you're older than me or not, and we can never quite figure it out.
I thought this literally was brought up on an episode of Sanity Lost, and you were annoyed of how close or older I was.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Probably, and then I probably forgot.
Because you thought I was like 20-something years old.
Yeah, I still am. I don't feel like I'm annoyed. Like, it's not shocking or annoying because we literally were just talking about this and John was like, he has to be at least your age, if not older. And I don't know what it is. I don't feel it. You're so young at heart, Dave. And I'm an old soul. I feel like I should be 10 years older than you.
You can have it. It's like, don't bother me.
I'll give you some of my years if you'd like.
No, you collected them for way too long. You have to hold on to them.
I don't want them. I don't want them. You can have them.
Yeah, well, not everything that people collect won. Yeah, no, it's another. I remember making this joke to my mom, and she got really, really mad at me when people were like, "Oh, when were you born?" And like, I don't know what possessed me to say this, but I was like, I wasn't born, I was summoned. And my mom's like, don't you say that. I'm like, and like,
I mean, that is way cooler than being born, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So I would want to be summoned too.
Yeah, I wish I was better at words at the spur of the moment that wasn't involving dice games. Like, I wish in my real life I didn't like say like, well, yeah, and then like 10 years later I was like, that's what I could have
said. Isn't that why we all play TTRPGs? Because we are way wittier when we're pretending to be someone else than in real life.
I just need to like constantly pretend, not pretend, like just rewrite my brain to be somebody else, and then it'd be completely worse for everybody else. And then there's also the other part of my brain's like, dude, imagine if you ran for president with your brain.
I feel like we just talked about this too, man.
Probably.
We're just repeating topics here.
I know. Look, this is, sorry guys, I know you want a new episode. This is actually a clip show. You guys remember in episode 20 when I would always, one of the things I always thought would be really fun to do, like for a podcast, is like a brand new podcast, do the pilot episode, and then episode 2 is a clip show of the first episode. It's like, do you remember that time when we talked about this, and then just go pull the clip out of the first episode,
and then every episode is
oh
like,
my goodness, memories, man.
Clipception
from the previous episode,
right? So every new episode is just clips from the old episodes, which are clips from the old episodes. Oh my gosh, that's. Do you think you would run out of like stuff at some point?
No, I don't think so, because there's literally a podcast out there. I think it's called The Worst Idea of Our Lives, where they watch a terrible movie for every day of the year, or at least I think they did have a few of them. I think they watch a lot of movies. No, like just one. Just they watch the same movie.
Oh.
Ow. Yuck.
Yes.
No.
I don't know if it's every day or if it's every week. So I think it's every week. So they watch the same movie 52 times.
No.
And so like
I can't even watch one movie.
There are movies I could do that with, but not terrible movies.
Yeah, so like they constantly like are just bringing up different things, and like I never watched or listened to it, but they are part of another podcast that I listen to that is a yearly podcast that is literally the same thing called From Death to Us Blart. If you guys are familiar with the McElroy brothers, they do My Brother and Me and Adventure Zone.
Oh yeah, Adventure Zone, yeah.
Well, they do that with the guys, The Worst Idea of Our Lives.
Okay.
But they watch Mall Cop Paul Blart 2 every Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And,
I can understand having the annual movie for sure. But even if it's a bad movie, like Christmas Story for Christmas, depending on who you talk to, they'll argue that it's a terrible movie or it's a great movie. Just depends. But I can understand ones like that. But yeah, the horrible movie even every week.
As somebody who on my other show, who literally just made the rest of the episode, like the plan now for the rest of the episodes that are coming out for our other podcasts that are all B-rated and lower Christmas-themed horror movies. We're ready to watch, I think, almost 3 months worth of terrible movies.
It's gonna be so fun.
Oh yeah, the one that, let's see, do we have it in here? Christmas, yeah. So, there's one. They're not all terrible now that I'm looking at it, because like one of them we wanted to watch this one, and it falls in there. Anna and the Apocalypse. So like they're not all terrible. So that's probably like one of the better ones, because we were just trying to find Christmas horror movies, but all the rest of them are like very not great. For example, Santa Jaws.
Oh, I have seen the poster for that one.
Mm-hmm. We have speaking about that night, I got to tell you, we want to have you guest on one of the episodes. So we're gonna have to. Yep. So we're pulling out like all the kind of guests that we had on the podcast before. So we have a choice for you. So I can talk with that later.
Ooh,
but
choices.
Yeah, we're pretty much like this. We're literally trying to get it so that way like everything is already like all the guests are done before their episodes come out, and so that way they're done, and then we can just like not stress out about getting ours recorded. But
that's fair.
Yeah, there's some fun ones. Here, I can let you know the two now. You know what? If you're interested, you would just have to watch either a movie called The Elf, which it's literally Elf on a Shelf, but like Chucky.
Okay.
Or The Ginger Dead Man.
Ginger Dead
which
Man.
is
I would pick that one just because of the title.
The title sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Are you allowed to look at these, or do you just have to pick?
You can read the title, like look at it and all that stuff. Like me and Hop, we already read through and looked at everything. So a few of the people like we didn't give a choice. Like for one of the people that we have on here, they used to work in the movie industry, and we purposely chose the worst movie on the list. Or at least one of the worst ones.
I will have to read through just a tiny bit of
go
those.
ahead.
Like I don't want to spoil what they are before I commit to it.
No problem. Yeah, but they're both on Tubi, so they're free to watch.
Nice.
And hey, I just punched my desk. If I see a good one, I'll send it to John, and maybe we can watch it for the Halloween.
Oh my gosh.
John,
I'm always open to good suggestions.
Like, there's one that we're watching. I think it's called. Oh, actually, I don't have to think what it's called. I know what it's called. It's called Necrotronic, which is literally these dudes that are fighting demons in the world, and like it just so happens it's Christmas. It's like that's how loose it is.
It's like Die Hard. That's essentially what
I was gonna say,
is, right?
Die Hard. It's a Christmas movie.
No, like yeah, like Die Hard, you just can't say, oh, it just takes place in Christmas, because you'll have people like die on the stance that it's
real hard
Christmas
about
movie.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
it's totally a
Christmas
movie.
late for this. My brain, I can't do it.
Look, you know what's also a Christmas movie? This whole chapter.
That's true. That's true. Did you do that on purpose, Dave? That's masterful.
Not on purpose, but it worked out.
Take it. Just take it.
Look, sometimes the segue comes into you, and the other time it just you have to just. This thing didn't. The words did not go well the way they're going in my head. So anyway, here's some music. I think it's. Shoot. I put songs up here. Oh, good. I don't have them. I'm not sharing music, so I can find out which one you guys have to listen to. There we go. We'll go with this one. As I go and click share. Not the artist. Okay. So.
Oh gosh. Oh, this is awful. I don't like it.
Well, you literally told me after record, find a scary song.
I don't think I said it that
She
way.
just likes the concept. She doesn't like the actual execution.
Yeah, that high, like screechy. Ugh.
I can turn it up if you want. Oh, I skipped it. There we go.
It's that.
There we go.
That
Let's just make it a
screechy.
little louder.
What? I can't
Oh,
hear.
it's gone.
I turned it back down. Okay. So
that screechy thing is just. It's a hallmark of any kind of tension builder music.
I know.
It's got to be there.
Oh man. Okay, I'm here.
this is when I'm constipated. This is the music I put in. It just tightens everything to just shoot everything out.
Gross. Gross.
Now that we ruined all tension, last episode, our three heroes, investigators, random people that are thrown into a situation. Yeah, that more fits it. Followed to the house where they got a little bit of a talking from and to a person of youth, and are probably still confused. But before really any deep conversations go on and arguments commence, a little thing, a little gift from an angel. Sorry, I'm thinking of Lilo and Stitch. God, send your best angel. But yeah, so the arm begins to twitch as you guys hear echoing out in the road. Little piggies, where are you hiding? And like, you hear like a scream as like you hear a crunch from a door like across the street, like, and Timmy's like, okay, I believe he's by himself, but he's coming for that, as he points to the like convulsing arm, and he's like, so one thing I found out, like humans, the more parts you take away, the weaker they get. So if he's by himself, this would probably be the best time to take care of this.
All right, so how did you get this arm off of him in the first place?
I shot it.
So he's vulnerable.
Who or what is this thing?
Okay, it's like a construct, okay? We can't get into it, like, I literally can't explain this right now while he's running around. Like, if you want to know, he's a construct, think like a golem, okay? It's like, the stone, okay? You see the stone? I think you guys probably saw this, the stone on the wings and the stone blades. Those are the conduits, okay? Like, the more we disconnect, like the easier it is gonna be able to take care of them. Fortunately, the one that is chasing us is an idiot, okay? So,
Okay, so if he's an idiot, then we should be able to both outsmart him. There's 4 of us to his 1. And those of you who are good at shooting can pick him off, right?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We need to... Pretty much I got really lucky. That's how I got my cut. He got close, and I was able to kind of stab his arm. And then that's kind of hit some sort of release. I don't really know how it works, but it's just I noticed when that happened, this green fluid shot out all over the snow, but then he wasn't as active. So, however, like these things also, from what I remember, also have a core. Okay, so if we just shoot the core, if we can find that, it's normally pretty hidden. So it's either dismantle or shoot the core.
Well, I think we have to get him further away from the church. If they hear him, then they're gonna come.
Can we set?
You guys are pretty. Sorry, no. Real quick. You guys know that you are a pretty good distance away from the church.
Okay, so like gunshots? Could they hear gunshots?
Yeah, but like I think they're. You guys heard gunshots when Timmy was fighting the other 2.
Sure.
So yeah, I think they're expecting it, but
okay.
Their reaction you won't know until things happen.
All right, so we don't want to let this creature get this arm back. So how easily can we destroy this arm? Can we just crush it with a hammer or something?
Can we use it as bait? Can we set up some sort of a trap or something and use this arm to bait it?
We're gonna home alone this house, all right? Get ready. Booby traps everywhere.
Do you have time?
No.
Clearly. What are you gonna make booby traps out of?
My booby trap closet, obviously. What do you think I've been doing for the last 15 years?
It's really put a strain on the relationship.
Ashley keeps stepping out, going to walk up the stairs and getting hit with a paint can in the face.
You didn't use the secret code.
Is there does anybody know of like a pit or a hole or something that we could just like throw this arm into?
Yes, I keep one in my basement. Come follow me.
Well, this is a mining town. There's got to be a hole somewhere.
Timmy, what is your plan here? You say that you know this. What do you think?
Honestly, if we can get it in some sort of pit, I'm pretty sure, Caleb, is there an abandoned mine? And like when he asks this, like you hear like the glass shatter from the house. He's like, I know you're out here. And he goes and like jumps in, like you hear like the door crunch from another house, like that's next door. He's like, and that's why I kept the lights off. Okay, quick, we should probably talk a little bit quieter, but we got to come up with a plan quick. Caleb, is there a place that we could...
Wait, it would be... I don't know if we could get him there very easily, but there's plenty of mine shafts that we could, dodge around if we really had to, but that also risks us getting separated, and I wouldn't want anybody else to be separated in the mines, because you might... there's a lot of stuff there. Okay, look.
Does Cora know of
really
any
bright flashlight?
Does Cora know of any like abandoned wells or like anything like that might be in the town that was like old? I mean, it's such an old town that would have been left that maybe like fell to disuse or something.
Roll intelligence for me. And Caleb, if you also want to do this, you can do it as well. Skip the... Okay. I don't think this would pertain as much for what you were doing.
Yep.
Okay, so I rolled a 27 under 60.
Okay.
That's a 69 under 70 for Caleb.
So, Caleb, you begin to... Pretty much like you both remember something from your past.
Okay.
and then specifically, like, it's like toying on the edges of Caleb's mind, but then very clearly, Cora, you remember Cutter's cabin had a well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Cora does like a little gasp as she remembers. She's like, Cutter's cabin. She looks at Caleb. Cutter's cabin. Remember, Cutter's cabin has an abandoned well. It's closer. We're not going to put the townsfolk in danger. We can get him out there.
Yeah, we can try.
It's the best shot we got.
So, look, I've got a flashlight with me, and it's this really bright flashlight because, we got to be able to, if I'm working the mine on something, I got to be able to see really well. I'm thinking maybe that can, like, disorient this thing if it's shining, if we shine it in his face. But maybe we use that as a means to just kind of slow him down just a little bit while we get there. But we're going to have to lure him there to some extent, so...
We have the arm.
I guess...
He'll follow the arm.
We have the arm, so... How about you and Skip go there now, and Tim and I will follow, so you can get kind of positioned, and Tim and I will lure him there with the arm. And so we get a little bit of time before he get set up before he gets there.
Okay, so Cora's gonna run into like a back closet or whatever where she keeps like extra storage supplies, and she's gonna grab rope and a hunting knife. And Dave, you can tell me if I don't own these things, but I'm imagining she has some sort of like a hunting trap or something.
I imagine if you didn't, Ashley may have if he ever went hunting out with the guys.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I guess she like motions over to Skip to her like utility closet. It's like, is there anything in here? But she's like grabbing rope and these types of things.
Go ahead, Skip, if you have any questions or want to say something.
I mean, yeah, I don't think so. I think best option is we need to find a hole, find something, disguise it, use the arm as bait, maybe do the old, like, leaves over the hole, put the arm on it, and then see if we can lure him in. That's probably going to be our best bet.
All right, so Cora has rope, knives, hunting traps. Would I have a net?
Roll luck.
Okay. 49 under 60.
Yeah.
Okay, and a net. All right.
And then Tim speaks. I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool and all, but once we get him in the pit, like, do we have anything like? I don't think anyone here has grenades, but like,
I mean,
do we have like?
We all have guns. It'd be more like shooting fish in a barrel at that point.
Yeah, unless like we had, I don't know, kerosene or something that we could just light them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Cora goes into the cabinet. Do I need to roll a luck check for that?
I'm gonna say you may.
Oh, they have like kerosene for lanterns or something.
Yeah, Caleb might have some in his truck just due to the stuff on there. If he wants to roll luck on that, but
my truck isn't there. My truck isn't there right now, though. Is the problem?
Mm-hmm.
So I would have some.
The other thing is, that you sell some at the general store.
Is the store on the way to Cutter's cabin? I don't know where we are on the map.
I mean, based on getting there from a shortcut from the church, I would not expect us to have anywhere that we could like the store is like downtown that we've established. So I think it's what you have is what we got.
And if you want to roll luck to see if you know of any.
All right, well, that's a 35 under 60.
All right, you have some, but it's like, Like, it was more like for like an emergency use or something like that. So it's like you don't have a ton. Like,
okay. Well,
I think this is an emergency.
Yeah, Cora's like, well, I don't know if it'll be enough, but it'll at least be enough to do some damage. And so she grabs the can of gasoline and then a pack of matches.
Okay. And then like the arm is like violently shaking now, and he's like, you hear like, I smell it, as like you see like pretty much like a street light is casting a shadow like on the blinds out the front, like near your front window.
Okay.
And he's like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
That's
so Cora turns to Timmy and Caleb and says, give us half an hour, 20 minutes.
I don't think we're gonna have that much time. I don't think we're gonna get you that much.
Just keep moving.
I think we're gonna be lucky to pull 5 minutes on this. 5 minutes extra. He's close.
Right. You need to run the opposite direction and then cut around to Cutter's cabin. Stay ahead of him. Stay stealthy. Don't get caught.
And Tim's just like, well, you better hurry up, as he like pulls out his gun and just aims it right at the glass and just fires through it, just nailing the dude in the head. And he's just like, as like he jumps through the glass, he's like, come on, fool. It's like he just like starts like kind of running in the opposite direction.
And Cora turns and grabs Skip's arm and like runs out the back door the other way.
Yep, Skip follows.
And we're gonna head over to Cutter's cabin.
Did you guys take the arm?
I didn't take the arm. Oh, was I supposed to take the arm?
No, we're taking the arm too. Yeah, we're taking
Caleb and Timmy.
Caleb's taking the arm.
Okay, I didn't know who was taking what.
Yeah,
so.
They were taking the arm to like get him away from us, and then bringing the arm.
Although now Timmy's run off to be a distraction, so Caleb is on armed duty, I guess.
I mean, it's between Tim and I to grab the arm, so I guess I've got the arm. And I guess we're gonna be playing keep away with this.
You start doing like cool,
arm?
like secret handshakes with it. While...
But yeah, like at this moment, like this Kevin is not looking at you guys. He's like super pissed that
he just got shot in the head.
Shot in the head, like and. He doesn't look super phased.
Yeah.
All you all roll sanity.
That's close.
That is an 86 over 50.
Ugh.
23 under 52.
Barely failed. It's a 53 over 51.
All right. Skip. Was that just a regular success or?
23 under 52. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, no.
23 would be a hard success.
Hard success.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, you're fine. Cora and Caleb, you guys both failed, so take 1d4 worth of sand damage.
D4.
Yeah.
I don't use those.
Just like how we could do if you don't want to use that, we could just do the Charity Palooza rules. Just take 10.
No, thank you.
10 away.
That's all right.
Well, that is a 3 for me.
Okay. So, yeah, it's
Cora like shakes her head to kind of like try and like get the image of what just happened out of her brain, and then like turns to try and keep moving.
Alright, so Caleb, I need to know what you're doing right now.
So I'm going to be taking the arm. Is Kevin looking, if like following Tim in any way at this point?
No, he's like he's like kind of shaking his head as he's kind of like looking in the direction Timmy ran in. So he's he's kind of like stabilizing himself like after getting sucker shot in the head. But real quick, what's everyone's dexterity? Like, I need to know. We're kind of going into some sort of
turn.
Yeah.
58.
I have 50.
Skip, what's your dexterity?
65.
65. Okay, so actually, Skip, you would go first, unless you're gonna wait for Caleb to go.
Skip would. Yeah, he would probably take a back seat and let Caleb lead.
You're with me.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, Caleb's expecting you and Cora to be on the way out the door.
Right, we're going to go set up. Cabin. Yeah, so we're heading to... Are we heading to...
Cutter's cabin to set up a trap to
set up the trap, right?
Yeah.
And I think with just the research you have done, you have been up there before. So, like, you're...
Or I would at least know of it.
Yeah.
Head generally in the area.
Yeah, but, like, you wouldn't have, like, the close tie as these other two do.
No, right.
So yeah. Okay, so if you're just gonna wait for Caleb to make a move and then go from there, yeah, Caleb's. What you doing?
So Caleb grabs this arm and heads. Basically, is going to be chasing after Tim at the moment, and before getting just as far as he can, but able to turn and take a shot with his gun on this creature as well.
All right. Roll to hit.
And that is a 19 under 60.
I would say that's some sort of hit.
Mm-hmm.
So 1d10 plus 1d6 plus 2. This does count as a monster or supernatural creature, I'm pretty sure.
A supernatural, yes.
So that is a 14 points of damage from my magic gun.
All right, and like pretty much like you shot and like you see like this hole. Where were you aiming?
I would have been aiming center of mass, like shoot for the biggest area that I can shoot at, because I'm also trying to run and gun.
All right, so like pretty much like right at its collarbone, you just see this like hole like bore through, as it's just like now eyes like blazing with like anger, like locks on you, and sees pretty much its arm and this like big like thin like grin like cracks across his like mouth as like he's kind of got like this long like kind of flowing black hair that's just like covering part of his face, and like as it like kind of goes down, he sees you and he's just like, there it is, come to home. And Skip and Cora, we can say that since you guys are moving together, you can go on the same turn.
Okay, so how do you want to navigate like functionally getting out to Cutter's cabin?
So,
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, after, once we kind of see Caleb, both Caleb and Timmy have kind of distracted the thing and it's not paying attention to us, we can kind of sneak out the other side of the house. We don't have access to a vehicle, so we're probably just going to have to travel, over land.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to have to run.
Now, I probably don't know, like, the backwoods direction. I don't know if that's something you would know better.
Probably. I mean, I've lived here my whole life.
Right. So Skip's gonna, as kind of like while we're watching Caleb and distracting them, Skip's gonna say, like, okay, I think its attention is on them. What's the best way to get to Cutter's cabin? Do you know like a direct route through the woods or something?
Do you want me to roll for that?
Yeah, we're gonna need a navigate check. But give yourself plus 20, as you said. You lived here all your life.
All right.
So how's that 30 treating you?
Is that what it is? Is it a 10?
I don't know. 10 base, I believe. Unless you boosted it at all.
I doubt I did. Yeah, no. Alright, well. Alright, we're all gonna die right here. Get ready, guys. Yeah, no way. That unfortunately is an 86 over 30.
You're like, this way?
Oh boy.
Alright, so then I would look at it as like you kind of like you look around trying to get your bearings, but are like, I'm not sure in the dark. Some sort of like a response like that.
Sure, yeah. So yeah, I'm just not sure that I don't know that I could do it without getting us lost. We might have to stick to the main roads and try to move as quickly and quietly as we can.
If you want, what was your intelligence check again? You like.
I did pass that. Yeah. I hard succeeded.
Check.
Yeah.
Maybe at this point you also remember one of the drop-off points with Percy also had like a natural dip.
Path.
Like, yeah. It's like could have been a decent way, but it's like it's not as short as going to the
like the back ways.
Going to like you go into the way like from the church through like all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you pretty much be coming from the back way. But you would like it would kind of just take you close to it, like one of his trails.
Okay. I had an old friend, and where we would meet up, I can get us there from there. So be quiet and follow me. And I guess Cora goes to like lead the way to that drop-off point, the Percy drop-off point.
All right. And let's just hope Caleb knows where that is.
Well, he's supposed to get to Cutter's
We're still going to the cabin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is what we're gonna end up doing now.
Okay.
We're gonna have a chase. So, at this point, we're gonna say maybe 10 minutes get by, and Tim runs over to you, Caleb, and he's like, "Dude, we're gonna get caught. We just gotta get there." So, and I'm just gonna say like you saw the direction and kind of have a vague idea where Cora and Skip went, and so yeah, pretty much this is what we're gonna do, is that Cora and Skip, you guys have 5 spaces between Caleb and Tim as they're going.
Okay.
Caleb and Tim, you have 2 spaces between pretty much whatever his name is, Kevin. All right. So so pretty much I have the rules up here for a chase, but I don't remember everything about it, but it's like
we're just gonna wing it, guys. Get ready. Here we go.
So, but pretty much like you're gonna take your move.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say like pretty much with the time allotted to it, you guys, one move will be spent. I think I remember what it is. It's like whoever has the highest dexterity or highest move, and then it like counts down from there as we set it up. But I think what we're just gonna do is, just to keep things moving and kind of rule of cool, I'm gonna say pretty much everyone has at pretty much 2 actions.
Okay.
So pretty much moving can take up 1 action. If you want to like cause like an hindrance in the path, that's going to take an action, but you won't be able to move. That's going to take both actions. If you're going to search, that will be 1 action. So yeah, anything that is like, I'll say what you want to do. I'll say if that is a major action, which will take both of your actions, or a minor action, which will take one of the two.
Okay.
So, and with this, Tim looks at you, Kim's like, I'll stick with you, okay? And so he's gonna just kind of cover with you, and his action is always gonna be like, kind of just suppressing fire or something, just to keep Kevin back. Okay. So Caleb, will start with you. What would you like to do?
Sorry. So Tim, so do you have any idea where this core that you mentioned on this thing might be? It doesn't seem to be the shoulder.
Yeah, no, it's somewhere different every time. Like, they don't always put it in the same spot.
All right.
And I will say, like, you saw, like, over the 10 minutes, like, that hole that you put in his, like, shoulder, like, slowly begins to close back up. And now he has, like, this green, like almost stone, like, scab right where the hole was.
So Caleb's gonna take his flashlight and shine it directly in Kevin's eyes for a moment, and continue running. Kind of shine it in his eyes and just keep running.
Okay, yeah, that will be both actions. So that will make pretty much Kevin's gonna be stunned for a turn. And Timmy he doesn't do anything because, like, Kevin's not, like, close enough for him to act. So yeah, you guys, I should probably write this down so that way I can picture it. Alright, so okay, yep, and then so you're here now, and then
we need an action tracker marching across the screen.
Alright, so you're gonna do that. Kevin is paused for a turn, so Cora and Skip, you guys are kind of acting on the same turn. So what would you guys like to do?
So we're still just trying to get there, correct? Or are we, being 5 spaces ahead, are we, like, halfway? Like, what does that mean?
You're starting to recognize where you are. So, like, you, like, in the numerical value, like, 1, 2. Actually, I'm not going to tell you, but, like, you know that you're getting close. So.
Okay, so as long as Cora knows where she is, she's just gonna use both of her actions to move. So double move.
Yeah,
Skip.
Skip. Doing the same thing at this point. We're just essentially traveling together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and, like, you guys hear, like, the roar just like echoing in the thing, like, throughout the woods.
Of Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't know that he just got, like, blinded.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So hearing that, Skip's like, we gotta hurry up. We're running out of time. How much further do we have to go?
Do I know?
You just know that you're close.
Yeah.
But like, for just for a reminder for everybody, the actual cabin has been dismantled and destroyed. So, like, they did that after the events of the prologue.
Right.
So,
have I made it to the Percy spot yet?
You're on the Percy trail now.
I'm on. Okay, so I say that to Skip. I'm like,
yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled. We're getting close. They did tear down the cabin, so we're just gonna have to be really alert to see if we can see any remains. We're looking for a stone well that's gonna be overgrown, and maybe a foundation, maybe. So we're close, but we gotta find. Yeah, just keep your eyes peeled.
All right, I'll do what I can.
No, the person that has our eyes peeled is in clown hell. Or in all the one shots that you guys haven't caught up to that timeline yet. So Kevin, it's his turn. He is screaming and he grabs snow and it starts rubbing in his face as his vision clears, and he uses an action to just move one space closer to you and to you guys. So it is now back to Caleb and Tim.
What is the range to him right now?
I'm saying each of these marks that I have in here is the equivalent of 10, 15 feet. It's I don't know how important movement is.
Well, I'm just trying to get a feel for how far away.
So currently he would be. Let's see.
It sounds like it's probably right on the edge of my the range for my gun.
He's right around 30 feet away.
Let's see, 15 yards would be 45. He's technically in range, but probably not an easy shot. So at this point, is there anything on the kind of in our path that I could potentially throw down as I go running by it? That would be to make obstructions and stuff.
You notice pretty much you're on the cusp of turning onto the trail that you saw Cora go on, and so once you get there, you kind of see that there's some kind of abandoned logs and stuff that are just kind of resting against the trees and stuff. But yeah, there's a few things that you think that if you take an action, you can pull over.
So I don't know. I don't think I want to necessarily spend too much time trying to knock stuff or trying to pull things over. But what I do want to try doing as I run by, is these logs and stuff. Is I want to just take and full wind up swing and just slam this arm against these logs to try just creating more debris in the area, but also trying to break the arm further.
Alright, so I'm gonna say movement is acting and smacking the arm is another action, if you're okay with that.
Yep.
Alright, so you're just gonna move another spot. And I'll let you know if smacking the arm did anything if it comes up. So yeah, so Timmy moves up and he's gonna try to move, he kind of just, it's not a huge log, but he kind of maybe a stump, he kind of just pushes in the middle of the way a little bit to potentially cause the thing with his second action. Cora and Skip.
Okay. So my gut says to do another double move. Can I? Maybe this counts as an action. That's fine, Dave. But
should we start doing a move and a spot hidden?
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. How can we be on the lookout for as we're moving? Do we have to stop entirely to search?
I'm gonna call spot hidden, just with the whole situation. I'm gonna let you guys do it while you're moving. It won't take it. It'll be part of your move action.
Okay. Okay. All right. That is a 13 under. Hold on, I'm not there. It probably passed, but I need to get back to my skills.
Rolled a 49 under 58.
Okay, so I rolled a 13 under 65.
So Skip, you're there's a clearing up there, about 30 feet away, and then Cora, you see there, and you have a flash of the cabin exploding playing in your head as you recognize the area. Okay. And you know that you're just like it's pretty much right over the hill, but it's going to take both actions for you to get there.
Okay, so Cora follows Skip's gaze and is like, that's it, come on, let's go, and takes off that direction.
And Skip follows.
Okay, so Kevin, he begins to charge up towards you. He moves up one spot, and then it's like at that moment is like when Caleb smacks the arm, and then you just see like his eyes just like bulge as he just grabs the stump, and he's just like screaming, like, ah! And he just like is freaking out, just like, how dare you? And he just like just kind of like stops his movement for a sec, but he is getting closer. So Caleb and Timmy.
So seeing, or at least hearing his reaction to his arm being smashed against the logs, are there more things that I can be smashing this arm against as we keep running, as we keep moving forward?
You're gonna have to go off the path a little bit to hit anything substantial at the moment. So it's gonna take an action. If you're trying to get there, if you're trying to put some distance in between you and then try, you can do that. But yeah, like everything else, it's like most of the stuff, because it's winter, it's like a lot of kind of either dead or stuff like that. So
so I think we'll take and just. I'm gonna yell over to Tim, like, let's just book it for a little bit, try to get a little bit of distance, and as we get to the end of that movement, I want to spot hit and see if I can spot anything kind of that might be coming up on the path that I can use to either slow him down more or smash this arm against it in the process.
Okay, yeah. As we said, so you're moving to and doing spot hitting while moving?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's a 10 under 49.
All right. So you move up there, and Timmy, like, maybe you're like looking around, and Timmy points out, he's like, hey, look, there's a giant rock there. Maybe we can, give it the old 1-2, as he points at the arm. And yeah, it's like in the next square, or next, like, it's a little, pretty much the next spot ahead of you.
So. And Caleb's gonna see that. It's like, oh, perfect.
All right. So with that, Cora and Skip, you guys are on there. So you're at the pad, pretty much.
All right. I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just going to say, how is Cora feeling about returning here? Or is it all adrenaline right now where it's not, like, really sticking in?
So, my guess is, so I'm imagining Cora, has this flashback of, like, seeing the cabin, right? Like, almost this momentary, like, the cabin just exists in her mind's eye and then it's gone. And she, like, kind of shakes her head to, like, clear it. And maybe there's these like fragments of memories of like, little flashbacks here, hearing Sally, like Sally, that's her name, right? Screaming. But she's also very adrenaline fueled right now. And so just kind of like muscling through it, like brushing it off. So like if Skip was paying attention, he might see her like shake her head every once in a while, just kind of this unconscious tick as a thought comes into her mind, but definitely not allowing it to overpower her at the moment.
All right, so Skip and Cora, give me spot hidden checks to see if you can find this potential well.
All right, I think I failed that one. Yeah, I got a 71 over 65.
And I'm 97 over 58.
Ah.
All
right.
No one's spending luck?
Ooh. Yeah, thank you. I'll definitely spend luck.
Or pushing a roll?
No, I will spend luck. Okay, so I will make that an even 65.
All right. in your flashback, like your little spurts of memory, as it's just like I imagine like it's like static, like a static TV is like as you're like if this was a TV show, like we're seeing like bits and pieces of like the prologue as you remember the men or the hooded figures running and like the screams as everyone's running there, and then it's like you sitting in the brush as Percy was sneaking up calling everyone babies as he walked by the well, or snuck by the well, him and Sarah, or not Sarah, she wasn't born yet, Sally,
okay.
and pretty much you look over and you see like pretty much it's a little bit like has fallen over a little bit, but you can still remember a few rocks that were piled up.
There it is.
You're able to find it. Yep.
And she points to the well. Come on, let's go.
And I'm going to say it's taking both your actions because of just having to use luck to find it.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. So I need to do a roll for Kevin, who's going to pretty much have a big old negative to this. Never mind, doesn't matter because I just rolled 100. Yeah, so yes. He's just screaming and like he goes and like he trips over that log, that stump that Timmy put in, and he doesn't move, and like you see like his jaw like cracks onto the ground as like this green fluid like shoots out of his mouth, and he's just like writhing on the floor, and he's not moving right now. So,
oh my gosh, the jaw! Get the jaw!
His jaw didn't come off.
Oh, that's what I pictured, that it like flew off when he like fell.
No, but it's like he slammed down, and it's just like he like his teeth like or whatever like jammed inside like the gums or whatever, and it's just like he's like screaming as you see like this dull green fluid reflecting in the moonlight that I'm hoping is there.
There is now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do I get any sense of how long it might take this creature to get back up?
It's gonna take an action. So yeah, like he's knocked over. It's gonna take an action. So it's gonna take him a second to get there.
I'm really tempted to do something really dumb, but I'm trying to decide how Caleb is taking advantage of this. I think. So Caleb sees this creature go down, and it's like, okay, we got just a moment, Tim. Let's smash this thing against the rocks. And so Caleb's we're going to move into that square, and I may be Tim, just as soon as I smash this thing, just like shoot this thing so that we can damage it more. And I'm just gonna, as we move to the square, just swing with all my strength again and just crack this arm against this rock as hard as I can.
Okay, so you're moving up a spot. And Tim's like, I'll do one better, as he pulls out one of his throwing knives and he just like jabs it right into like where the bone and nerve sections were, where the arm was cut off, and like everyone here just hears Kevin's just like, whoa, just like roaring as I can't get too loud because it's 10:30 in the apartment. And so yeah, he's just like screaming like this deep like guttural roar, and yeah, we'll go to Cora and Skip.
Okay.
We roll and spot hidden again?
No,
well,
you found it.
The well. So now we have to set up our trap. All right. So Johnny, this is not my strong suit.
So like what does this like well look like? Like, is it very clearly like a well that's above ground, or are we talking like just a a ring of like a few stones at like ground level?
Half of it is at ground level. There's like actually just like a fourth of it is sticking up, and and that's what kind of jogged Cora's memory to find it.
Okay.
But there's a little bit of snow cover over top of the hill, or over where the hole theoretically is.
So
it's not immediately visible that there's a hole in the ground.
Correct.
Okay.
My recommendation is we take the net, spread it over the hole, like kind of loosely peg each corner, and then kind of scatter some
snow, like
snow and grounds, cover foliage, whatever, kind of camouflage it, and then we can throw the arm up on top of it when Caleb gets here.
Yeah. So I also think Cora would want to like set some of the hunting traps like close to it, like if we can kind of like
do some extra damage.
Like as he walks up, then fine. But if you want to take different turns for that, Dave, that's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna say getting the net up's gonna take both your actions right now.
Okay, that's fine. So that's what we'll do. We'll take this turn to set up the net and cover it and get it like camouflaged.
Yeah. So Kevin at this point, he's like reeling in pain. Like as Caleb and Tim, you can see him just like breathing heavy and all this stuff. But it's like he gets up like very like abnormally, whereas like he doesn't. It looks like he pretty much uses legs and core. Doesn't even push himself up with his remaining arm, as he just like kind of raises back up, kind of like the Undertaker from the WWE. He just like kind of gets up, and he's just like, but it's like it's this like weird contorted movement as like he like pretty much like his when you guys like did the damage to his arm, like he like flipped on his back and everything, and like what he did was like he's just screaming, and then like once the pain like resides, which is his one, I'm gonna say is one action, and then the other action is he stands up. He stands up like as his head like is always like looking at you guys, like glowing, like literally glowing green with rage. I lost my pen. There it is. As like he gets up and his head like just goes, and then his body like reorients him, kind of like an owl. And then, like, as his body orients, his head, like, returns the remaining time as he's back in normal section, which is really creepy. Roll sanity.
That is a 14 under 49.
Yeah, but you guys are weird. So, Timmy's just like, I think we just book it.
How close?
I think we should book it, man.
How close are we at this point?
You, some of the things are starting to look familiar. But like you know that you're still on the right path because you can see Cora and Skip's footprints. But
I'm just trying to figure out if we're in range where we can be yelling that it's. Hurry up! There, you don't got time left. As we're
you can try to do that. Like that. That's a free if you want to move to and do that.
Yeah. So I think I was like, yeah, we got to run, and yeah, as I'm carrying this arm that now has this knife from Timmy sticking out the end of it, I'm just gonna be like running as hard as I can, just while kind of holding this arm and twisting this knife as I'm running. And yelling out, "We're almost there! Hurry up!" Ahead of me.
Okay, so that's 2. Yeah, and it's just at this moment, it's just he's just kind of like grunting, like you can hear him just like as you twist the knife, but he's up. So okay, back to Cora and Skip. Are you guys setting up more traps?
Yeah. So Cora would be setting the hunting traps. Kind of in like step distance, like like a few steps away from the the well, like trying to strategically, like if he steps on one and then he would step on the other, that kind of thing. So that's what Cora is doing. So we also have rope, knives, and gasoline and matches. So I don't know if Skip wants to do anything with that.
Skip, do you want to do anything with that?
No.
Do you know how to lasso?
No.
Are there any trees nearby to set like a...
No, this is all cleared out.
Yeah.
Okay,
so.
okay.
Yeah, I think Skip is pretty much like all in on the like main trap. So like he'll let Cora like set up whatever little trap she wants, but he's focused on like putting the finishing touches on the main trap, trying to camouflage it as best as possible.
All right. So, yeah, you continue to hide that. Alrighty.
We also probably need to find like a hiding spot at some point. So maybe that'll be next turn. We need to find some place to like kind of tuck away.
I mean, maybe one of us has to be the bait to like, you know, lure him to this spot.
And somebody's got to make sure that Caleb and Tim know where these other traps are so they don't get caught in them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
But you guys aren't there yet. So, as you do that, pretty much, yeah, you guys, there's so much distance between you and Kevin now, like, you don't even see him. You just kind of hear him, and he moves, but you still don't see him. Honestly, you probably haven't seen him for a little while now. But you heard everything. Yeah, I'll say once you went around the rock and everything, it's just like gonna lost track of him. Yeah, so he did his thing. So you and Timmy, what are you doing? You just double moving, yelling again?
Yeah, I think we need to get to the rest of the group and just continue yelling out that we're almost there, and try to find out see what we can see coming up ahead of us.
All right. Well, you double move as you're yelling, and Cora and Skip, you hear and then soon see Tim and Caleb crest over where you broke into the clearing, mm-hmm. And Tim is just like, he's like, whatever we gotta do it fast. He's not that far behind.
Okay, so he sees us.
He doesn't see you, but he's just like he's hot on the trail. Like
yeah.
So Skip like seeing them starts like kind of waving his arms, trying to attract their attention over to where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Cora stands up and like steps in front of like where the traps would, because she was working on them so that they can't like run into them.
Okay, and so would you guys like kind of place the arm on the?
Okay, so if we are like coming together, I think Cora offers herself. She's like, I'll stand on the other side of the well, and I'll hold the arm.
Don't worry about it. I got this. And Caleb's gonna hand Cora the flashlight. As he's getting closer, just shine that in his eyes. It's slowed him down a little bit, but wait until he's getting close and see. Yeah, I see the other traps. Just I'm gonna be like right here, and I'm just gonna keep beating the crap out of this arm until he gets here.
Okay.
And
by the way, this sounds completely bonkers because they have no clue that the arm is connected in that way. So you're just like, okay.
Oh, we don't. I mean, that's like, true.
Yes.
Yeah,
they don't know that the arm hurts him, but like Caleb's also just like does not want to leave this arm in any shape that this creature could use it, even if he gets a hold of it. That's part of why he's just been beating the crap out of it, not just to hurt the creature, but
yeah. But
I don't want him to have this. It also, like, it seems to hurt when we really beat on this thing. So I'm just going to keep beating the crap out of this. When he gets close, just shine the flashlight in his eyes, and maybe that will help to stagger him into all of these traps, and hopefully we can just get him to keep blindly chasing after it.
So Cora wants to find a place, like I'm imagining, right? Like, and you can correct this, but I'm imagining there's this well, and we set up the traps in front of it. The net is over it, and Caleb's now standing like behind or like on the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Cora wants to, like, so if Caleb's back here, I should have done this the other way, but if Caleb's back here, Cora kind of wants to find a place like kind of to the side that she can like either like tuck in, right? Like behind a little hill or a rock or something. She doesn't have to be fully, because it's nighttime, fully covered, but just something that she can like tuck herself in behind so that she can see and be ready to like flash the light at Kevin when he's close-ish.
Yeah, well, there's really one place that stands out for everyone to hide behind. As you find the same spot that you watched many years ago.
Of course. Yeah. Cora's stomach churns when she's like looking around. She takes the flashlight from Caleb and like isn't really paying attention and like looks around real quick to like find a place to hide, and like it's like that split second where she like sees it and knows that that's where she has to go, and her stomach churns and she like for a second feels like she's gonna throw up as she like just knows what happened. Then she like takes a deep breath and like tries to tuck herself in there.
Alright, and then as soon as you and like I think Timmy hides with you, and Skip, are you gonna hide with them as well, or did you find your own kind of place?
No, I think I'm gonna stick with them. I don't want to be off on my own because I'm scared.
So you guys all get in there. As soon as you get in your hiding place and settle down for a little bit, you just hear as Kevin comes in, hair all over the place and dead, like staring at Caleb, just heaving his green fluid all over him, and he's just like, "Give it back to me, piggy." And we're actually gonna switch scenes real quick.
Uh-oh, are we on a date now?
We are sitting inside a Oldsmobile Rocket 88. A quite famous car from the early 50s. It's kind of the iconic looking car. It's a black kind of vehicle. Here, let's see if I can... I'll put an image in the Discord for you guys. As this music is playing over the radio, this car is winding through the hills and past coal mines as snow is coming down. Its lights are kind of just reflecting off of the light snow. As we see a cigarette light up, we see like we don't get a full face reveal, but we see this like this kind of like 5 o'clock shadow of like kind of a chiseled jaw as he grips the steering wheel pretty tight as he kind of makes this turn through the woods, as we hear echoing as he kind of like the radio signal, he kind of tunes a little bit, and we hear like this wow, just like in the distance as we see the sign for Centralia, Pennsylvania. Welcome to Centralia, Pennsylvania, as this car pulls in. And we'll see y'all next week.
Knew it. Knew it.
Was it the fact that the episode was like an hour and 15 minutes that you knew was going to be the end of the episode?
I mean, that's part of it, yes, but the change right before the creature is
the payoff
approaching the trap. And now we have to wait a while before we find out, but you all get to find out next week.
You'll know before we do.
No, if they know before you do, we really messed up. We really messed up.
Dave's just going to record on him by himself, playing all the characters.
The shadow knows.
It'll be like our obituaries, just a voiceover of how we all died grisly deaths. Ooh.
All spoken from the voice of Theodore. My friends.
That's not a bad way to go out, I don't think.
But anyway, thank you everyone for listening. We'll see y'all next week. For us, it will be 3 weeks or 2 weeks, I don't know. But it's going to be quite fun. So anyway, thank you everybody. Until next time. Peace.
Bye.
Later.